Kendra Lovin coming up with a really quick video. So let me get into this. So I'm gonna tell you about the story about how my business, y'all can't really see it, but my business sent me to the ER, and yeah, so it's gonna be really quick, y'all. So just to get y'all a little backstory, I currently am an owner of KPL Designs, and I began my business by making wrap and mask sets. Cool. So I make custom wrap and mask sets. Y'all got that, right? So, and don't for, if you want to, you can shop, if you need a cute ass mask, shop at www.kpldesigns.com. But just to give y'all a little, that's the backstory. I own a business and I'm making masks, and when I first, started my business up, there was an increased amount of orders. Like, I would have never thought that I would have gotten so many orders, y'all. Like, I literally got flooded with orders, and yeah, it was a lot. So initially I was working in my office, which is upstairs inside of our home. I have a whole office space because I do work from home. So I have like my work stuff, and I have like my sewing work stuff in the same room. And I was telling my fiance, I'm like, look, I do not have enough room. I'm going to have to move this stuff downstairs. Like, I'm up here trying to place orders and do all the other stuff. It's just not enough room. I couldn't cut my fabric out. It was just, the room was just not big enough for what I was doing at that moment. So one day, while my fiance's at work, I'm like, okay, look, I'm finna just move everything down into my living room space. So I decided to do that. I moved my sewing machines, I moved my cutting table, I moved everything downstairs, y'all. Everything went downstairs. So at first I'm like, okay, it was cool. Like, I had the space to lay out everything, to sew, cut, watch TV. Because upstairs in my office, I didn't have a TV. So I'm like, oh, I can sew and watch TV at the same time and stuff like that. So I was living my best life, y'all, for a little bit. So it was one day, it was Mother's Day. So my fiance, he gets off of work or whatever, we supposed to go to see our parents on Mother's Day, give them Mother's Day gifts and everything, y'all. Like, I was dressed and everything. I was ready. I got dressed that morning, and I was like telling my fiance, I'm like, okay, well, I'm already ready, so I'm gonna stay down here and finish up these orders. So I'm at my sewing machine, sewing and cutting out stuff, y'all. Pretty much that's all I do. So I was like, oh, I just realized, I'm like, dang, I didn't, tell my fiance, when you see your man, I didn't give him a hug, and I was anxious, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to run upstairs and bother Kieran really quick. So I ran upstairs to go try to bother him, y'all. And I was sewing on carpet, y'all. Sewing on, like, I was trying to run upstairs, y'all, to go tell him good morning, and in mid-step, y'all, I stepped on a needle that ended up in my foot. In the mid-step, y'all, when I'm telling you that I felt that needle, I felt it go right up there. I felt that needle go right up my foot, y'all. Like, it was crazy. I would have never thought a needle would have went in my foot, And the crazy part about it, just to add a side story, y'all. I stepped on a needle and I just pulled it out. I thought I was a trooper. I'm like, look, I'm trying to get this stuff done. I want to get my orders out. And the day before I can get the needle out, y'all, I stepped on I should have stayed on the ground. He was looking at my foot and I was like, nah, I got it. I should have stayed on the ground. Y'all. I got up, stepped on that foot. That needle shot right through my foot and went right in. Right in, y'all. Shot through my foot and went right in. I think if I can, I don't know how to do this now, but if I can, I'm gonna insert the pictures of my ER. I'm not gonna let you get the chance on how the needle was inside of my foot, y'all. It was crazy. So the needle shot at my foot really bad, and I'm like, I don't want to, it's that time, COVID time. So I was like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I want to call the EMT. So I called the EMTs to come here to see if they can get out my foot. And he touched my foot. He was like, ma'am, that needle's inside of your foot. Like, it's inside of your foot. And I'm like, he was like, we can't do anything. You need to go to the hospital. We can't do nothing from you. That requires surgery. So I'm like, thinking in my head, like, dang, I literally did got myself in some foolishness. So we go to the ER. Now at this time you can't have your significant other come inside with you. So I'm in a room, went to triage, let them know what happened. I'm like, Kevin asked me, did you get your tetanus shot? I'm like, yeah, I just got it in October. But less than that, we talked about it. So go inside the ER room. They do x-rays. Never got those x-rays, but they do x-rays. Never got them, but they did x-rays and never got them things. I almost said the B word. Never got them. So I never knew how even far the needle was in my foot. I didn't know how it looked. I didn't know nothing. But I literally just being in the hospital room alone and not, I'm already in pain a little bit. Y'all left me in this room alone by myself. Like nobody's even talking to me. It was just a hot mess. So I'm like, this is a sensitive part about me, y'all. We go to the hospital. You want people with you to support you, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just started boiled, like, in tears, y'all. Just like, I'm like, I felt like I ruined Mother's Day. It was just bad. Like, I'm like, dang, if I would have just took my time, if I would have did this, I would have did that. It just would have been a whole other ball game. I'm literally just bawling, y'all. So, get to the hospital. They're like, okay, well, we can't do nothing. And they gave me some antibiotics and gave me a little shoe that I'm still wearing. Y'all can see it. That I'm still wearing. Gave me a little shoe that I'm still wearing and sent me on my day. So I'm still got this needle on my foot, y'all. My foot begins to swell up really bad. Like when I'm talking about swell up, like it was bad. It was swollen. Like it was swollen. Like it was bad, y'all. My toes were really swollen. So I'm like walking around with this needle in my foot for about a week. I had to call my primary doctor. And not it. Honestly, I'm messing up the story. I didn't call my primary doctor. I just went to an orthopedic specialist so I can get this taken out because I'm like, I'm not gonna have to be on these little Skype phone calls with my primary. Let me just go straight to the doctor. So yeah. We end up going to the doctor. He like, look, we're going to have to do surgery. At first I thought that it was going to be something where I can just pull it out inside the office, but this is something that we're going to have surgery. I'm going to have you go to the hospital and have surgery. So, y'all, we get on Friday. This happened Sunday of Mother's Day. I didn't have my surgery until Friday, so I had this needle in my foot for almost a whole week. And I go through surgery and y'all, prior to surgery, they made me do a COVID test just to make sure I was cool, which I was, but just to make sure. Then, the Friday of my actual appointment, my surgery, went there, got there, told me, change your clothes, do pregnancies, everything. So we did that part, and I'm up here thinking, y'all, like, I'm in my mind, I'm up here looking up surgeries on YouTube about how they gonna take this out of my foot. Everybody that had, needles in their foot, they was up the whole time. Like, they didn't fall asleep. They didn't go to sleep or nothing. So I'm up here like, oh, it's gonna be a breeze. I'm finna be up. He's gonna pull this out my foot. That's how I thought the surgery was gonna be. I didn't think it was what it was. Y'all, so the anesthesiologist just come in. I don't know why they always, at doctor offices, they always have that my little toned, kind of creepy anesthesiologist that comes inside the room and, well, ma'am, I'm going to explain to you the surgery. I'm like, okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put a tube down your throat. And I'm looking like, y'all told me y'all was not going to have me go to sleep, y'all. I'm up here thinking like, I wasn't finna go to sleep in here. I'm in here by myself. I'm not finna go to sleep in here. Y'all. So he tells me the whole rundown on how they gonna do the procedure. I'm like, I am not getting it. I'm like, is it any way I can be up? Give me some local anesthesia. I'm not finna go to sleep. Give me some local anesthesia and I'll be straight. So it was another lady. It was a lady. She was sweet. She was really nice. She was the other anesthesiologist. And she was like, sweetheart, what about this? We give you something, because my heart rate was high too, y'all, because they freaked me out. We're going to give you something that relaxes you. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. Like, if I relax, but I'm not asleep, that's fine. I'm good. So she's like, we're going to just, give you something that relaxes you. I'm like, okay, cool. So she gave me the relaxing stuff, y'all. We got that part done. Then I'm up here like, like, I don't know what it was. Whatever she gave me, it was like, okay, this is like really relaxing and subtle. Like I was relaxed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was a relaxing feeling. But as soon as we got inside the surgery room, I'm up as we like go into the surgery room. I'm calm. My heart rate is down. Everything. So we go to the surgery room, and they move me over to the other bed, the like surgery platform or whatever. And she was like, well, everybody has to get oxygen whenever they get surgery. And I'm like, okay. I ain't thinking nothing of it, y'all. That's what blows me. I didn't think nothing of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. She put the oxygen on me. Y'all, I was knocked out like a light, y'all. I was gone. Y'all. I was going up like, that's how my fiance, I called him. I guess I was tweaking, y'all, because the doctor called my fiance, was like, yeah, she's going to be a little drowsy, blah, 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 that. So, y'all, I was knocked out. Like, knocked out, y'all. Like, I was so knocked out. It was ridiculous. So I get up, I'm like, Karen, I don't think I had surgery. I woke up with this on my foot. Like, y'all, my foot was bandaged up. I ain't know what happened. The surgery felt like it was 5 minutes. My fiance told me it was 3 hours. I'm up here like thinking like I was asleep for 3 hours. Y'all, so honestly, so I get out of surgery. They put stitches in my feet. I had stitches in my foot for about 4 weeks. And now we're at the point where I can walk a little bit, y'all. So I'm able to actually do my business effectively and run things the way it needs to be ran. Because originally, the last 4 weeks out, it was a struggle bus, y'all. Like, I could not go to the post office. It was like really, really, really crazy, y'all. But honestly, just to give y'all like the little tidbit about how my business sent me to the ER, y'all. This is how my business sent me to the ER. And I forgot to mention one funny part. My daddy was like, oh, you can't get work compensation. I'm like, daddy, if you're the CEO of your business, you cannot get no work compensation, y'all. It's not gonna happen. Look, I can't give myself no workers comp. I wish I could, y'all. I really wish I could, because all of my money that goes to all of the money I get from my business goes into other things and other avenues of my business. So I'm like, look, I can't pay myself to be off. So that's just a quick, hilarious story, y'all, on how my business, KPO Designs, sent me to the ER, y'all. Y'all probably like, where you at right now? Y'all, my fiance didn't sent me downstairs. He didn't move my stuff into a common area that doesn't have carpet in our house. And yeah, so I think the next video I'm gonna do is gonna just be a office tour, because I'm about to move everything back upstairs to my office as I am mobile, and I'm gonna just show y'all what we're doing different so that I don't get another needle on my foot, So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much, and have an amazing rest of your day, y'all. So peace.